So the guy Morgan keeps coming back. You cannot kill him. You cannot. The wolves, those guys with the little W's, kind of reminds me like the Wolverines from Red Dawn, but not nearly as cool. So, you know, Rick still dealing with the repercussions of waving a gun at everyone, which I think, what's the big deal? Come on. I mean, we already knew Carol's pretty conniving, but she was all like, no, Rick, you took that gun. That's not cool. Okay, later I'll steal more guns if you need me to. Meanwhile, Sasha's having like a full-on nervous breakdown, like zombie naps, and there were probably zombie cuddles they didn't show. But she's like, I'm pretty sure I want to check out. Meanwhile, Daryl and Aaron are like trailing this guy with a giant red poncho, which is like the biggest bullseye ever. Daryl and Aaron end up finding this big food place. And Aaron's like, just forget about Poncho Guy. Let's just go get all the food. And the fact that neither of them thought that this was hinky at all is just sad. Like, I don't think Daryl's been in Alexandria long enough to lose his edge, but apparently he has. I mean, that place looked like a setup. There was like dangly cans and tripwire looking crap. I was like, nah. And he's like, no, I really need a license plate. It's like, focus. And then, of course, everyone just opens everything. Whether it's a door, a car, a trunk, anything, they'll just open it. I'd be a little more wary. And, of course, oh my god, there's no canned food. There's like every zombie ever inside these trucks, and they all get out at once. So Daryl and Aaron are stuck in a car, and then just finally then they find a little note that's like, this is a trap. Oops, sorry. Seems like they would have made it more obvious. So meanwhile, back in town, Carol's holding a knife to Pete's throat like a boss A-word, B-word. I like to censor myself because my mom doesn't like it when I cuss. Then that dude Nicholas is just traipsing through the woods, and Glenn's like, you know what, I'm gonna go with no backup and apparently no gun to try and go stop him or see what he's doing. And while Aaron and Daryl are in the car, they're like, you know what, I'll sacrifice my life for you, bro. And he's like, nah, bro, I'll sacrifice my life for you. Nah, bro, same time, same time. So right as they're about ready to run out of the car and just go fight for their lives to the fence, Morgan shows up. Amazing, taking on people with a broomstick. Just killing people with a broomstick has got to be the coolest thing ever. And then Morgan's like, hey, I'm lost, here's my map, tell me where I'm going. It says Rick Grimes, so they're like, we're gonna take you home, bro. And then, while that's happening, Gabriel just goes off on a spirit quest into the forest, and is like, yeah, come at me, take me, zombie, I'm ready to die. But then he's like, whoa, 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 change my mind. So then he goes and kills a zombie, and then he, like, mercy kills some dude on the side of the road. And then he sits down and has a cry about it. Sissy. Meanwhile, Abraham's going to visit Tara, and Rosita's like, hey, no, you should totally sit next to Eugene, he's asleep. So he sits down and she's like, wake him up, you guys need to talk this out. So they kind of make their peace in a weird way. Then Gabriel just saunters back into town, which I think is amazing because he fought a zombie and killed a dude, and his white shirt is like immaculate still. All he has to do is close the gate. Close the freaking gate, Gabriel! Glenn's playing in the forest with that one dude. That dude shoots him. Glenn gives him the slip, but then they start tussling and fighting, and then zombies come, and you're like, whoa, what's gonna happen next? And of course, they cut to another scene. Rick and Michonne talk about feelings or something. I don't know. It got kind of boring there for a second. He finally comes clean to Michonne and is like, hey, we were totally keeping a secret. And she's like, psh, it's cool, whatever. But then Michonne's like, you know what, keep your gun, it's all good. And then for some reason, Rick is the only person to notice that the gate's open. He's like, there's blood here, probably zombies here, I'm gonna go look into that. Meanwhile, Gabriel comes home, and Sasha's there, and she's like, you know, I just need a little bit of comfort. I need maybe some counsel from the church. And he's like, you deserve to die, y'all deserve to die, screw you. And so, of course, she takes offense to that. And they start fighting, which I loved. Meanwhile, the whole town's having some, like, bonfire kickback town meeting. And I'm like, you guys do know you have indoors and electricity, right? Everyone's mentioning that Rick is not there. They even mentioned that Gabriel's not there. But, like, does Maggie even notice Glenn's not there? Rick goes running through town, and he sees some zombies, so he kills them. Apparently this town is full of just freaking deaf people, because Sasha fires a shot and Rick fires a shot and no one noticed. So everyone's defending Rick, and Deanna's like, guys, waved a gun. Can we address that he waved a gun? Also, Gabriel said they were crazy. The two creepy guys with the W's on their head, they kill Red Poncho Man, and that upset me more than I thought it would. His name is literally Red Poncho Man in the credits, but I felt attached to him. So they kill Red Poncho Man, and then they put on this little, like, boop boop, and it just turns on lights and awesome party music, and all the zombies are like, heck yeah, party in the trailers, let's go back in there. Meanwhile, Rick rolls up, throws a zombie at their feet, and is like, hey guys, you suck at everything you do. This town is gonna die within a week. Maybe you should listen to me. Glenn finally gets the drop on that dude and don't even pull the trigger. I'm like, dude, that guy has given you many reasons to shoot him in the face. Just shoot him in the face. Sasha can't even shoot Gabriel in the face. Maggie rolls up and is like, hey, guys, cool it. Rick gives a very convincing and awesome speech. Tara wakes up. Everything good seems to be happening. But then you realize the 2W guys have his bag with pictures of Alexandra, and you're like, oh, next season's villains. Then all of a sudden, Pete rolls up to the party, waving Michonne's sword around. Really no skill there, because he wasn't trying to kill the fellow. He just got a little belligerent and started pushing and shoving, and next thing you know, a guy's jugular is open. So finally, Deanna's like, you know what, Rick, just shoot him in the face. What was I thinking? You should have done that a long time ago. So with no hesitation, Rick's like, phew. And right then, they look up to see Daryl, Aaron, and Morgan, and you're like, oops, bad timing. You see that Glenn is bringing Nicholas back into town. So stupid. And you also see that Maggie and Sasha and Gabriel are all sitting down having a little chill prayer meeting. And then after the credits, you see that Michonne is like, I'm going to put my sword up. Nah, no, I probably should keep it. Back on the back it goes. And then at the end, you see like Red Poncho Man wandering that little food place. And it says like a car, it says, wolves not far. Or not far. I don't know what it said. But he was like, I got it. You're the bad guys for next season. So, a lot of stuff happened. I honestly don't know where the next season's gonna go. Everyone's changed so much, and I have a feeling there will be a lot more change before we even see them again next season. But as an episode, it was pretty cool. I just wish people were shot more in the face. A lot of people had a good bullet to the face coming. So, what did you guys think? Did you like it? I liked it. It was a little too long. That's kind of sad. I'm like, no, an hour is enough. But once something goes over an hour, I kind of get bombarded, and I'm like, too much is happening. But if I forgot to mention anything, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, drop a comment, rate, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I guess we'll just have to wait till next season to see what happens, but I'm excited. So until next season,